Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to another video. This merger between Microsoft and Activision keeps getting more and more juicier because now Microsoft is throwing some punches of their own toward PlayStation, talking about some of the very sketchy practices that they pull off because now Sony does not want this merger to happen. Rightfully so. Anybody with one brain cell would tell you that this is going to hurt Sony in the future. For all those people, all those Sony fans out there going, well, no one cares about Call of Duty anyway. Well, the sales numbers say differently. So for all those people, you don't know what you're talking about, because not only is Call of Duty very relevant in the gaming space, it was the #1 and #2 best-selling PlayStation game on the console last year in 2021. So rightfully so, Sony is scared. They're scared. There's no getting around that. They're 100% scared, and they're trying to fight against this merger, even though Microsoft has said, we're going to keep this thing multi-platform. It's not in our benefit to make this thing exclusive. We're trying to make money. Yes, it will go to Game Pass. Yes, we're going to promote everything through Xbox, and that's what Sony's upset about, because when the Xbox 360 came out, Call of Duty was the Xbox 360 machine, right? That thing was like, get your DLC first on Xbox 360. And then Xbox One came, and Don Matrick kind of fucked that shit up. And then what happened was PlayStation 4 took over that marketing, and Sony has been benefiting the fruits of the labor of Call of Duty ever since the PlayStation 4. And now they're afraid that with this merger is going to happen, that they're going to lose all that, because they will. And instead of Sony trying to man up and come out with different franchises and try, like they're steady. You know, they're like, hey, we're just going to do this. I remember back when Sony used to come up with all kinds of different franchises. You know, Killzone, Resistance, Fall of Man. Killzone was a fantastic franchise. And they just kind of gave up once they had the full marketing machine of Call of Duty in their disposal. And now look what happens. This is what happens when things stay stagnant for a while. We've seen this in wrestling terms. You've seen how WWF was so stale, and then WCW came out with the NWO, and it made WWF better. And we see where Sony now is the WWF, where it's just become stagnant, where they don't care to develop new games like Killzone or Resistance, Fall of Man or anything like that, because they got Call of Duty, and they know that they're going to make billions of dollars on Call of Duty every single year. Well, now Microsoft is calling back on their ass, because they're saying that, you know, it's not fair. PlayStation's like, it's not fair to have this highest selling game over here on this console, whatever. Meanwhile, Microsoft is like, well, you guys do it. It's like, you guys put blocks on Spider-Man, you put blocks on Wolverine, you put blocks on DLC content for the Avengers games, so Spider-Man is only on your console, and now you're putting blocks on games like Resident Evil Village from coming to Game Pass. And this article is coming from The Verge, and basically Microsoft has come out and basically called them out with the fact that Sony has clauses in their contracts with like Capcom and all that stuff that you cannot release like games like Resident Evil Village on Game Pass. So Resident Evil Village can never come to Game Pass because the model that PlayStation feels is not liable, is not a threat. How many times has PlayStation come out and said, we don't believe that the Game Pass model is substantial and they can't sustain it through the future because games are going to really dip in quality? They say that, but behind the scenes they're like, oh shit, Game Pass is going to fuck us up. We need to go ahead and start blocking all these games so they can't go to Game Pass. So they're saying something in front of everybody. They're saying, oh yeah, man, it's not liable. They can't sustain it. Meanwhile, in the back, they're like, oh shit, this is going to fuck us over. We need to figure out a plan. Hey, start writing some clauses in here. Like Capcom, they don't even own Capcom, and they're releasing contracts and stuff in their clauses in their contracts that it can't be coming over to Game Pass. You know, they have shit like with Square Enix where Final Fantasy VII remakes can never come over to Microsoft. They have a lock on the Spider-Man IP for some fucking reason. I don't understand why Spider-Man has to live and die on the PlayStation console. It's not even a first-party character. It's a fucking... Spider-Man is a third-party character, yet he's locked down only on PlayStation. Now you can get him on PC, so PC players can finally play him, play as Spider-Man and whatnot. But still, like, Sony comes out with these very, you know, shitty practices as well, and they're coming out here saying, well, we're not afraid of Game Pass, yet they're really 100% afraid of Game Pass behind the scenes, and they're blocking shit like Resident Evil Village and all that stuff from being put on Game Pass. And now they're scared because Call of Duty here might end up being like, there ain't no if or buts about it. If this acquisition goes through, Call of Duty will be a day one on Game Pass. And what happens is Sony is very anti-consumer right now. They want to tell you they're full consumer, but they're very anti-consumer because they want to charge $70 for their games now. They went from $60 to $70 in their games, and they're afraid now that if this deal goes through, why would someone pay $70 for a game on their console when you can get it for $15.99 a month with Game Pass included, right? $15.99 or $10 a month, whatever, depends what tier you get. Like, boom, all your Call of Duties, including the new Call of Duty game, right there, day one on Game Pass, or you can go spend $70 for one fucking game. And Sony knows that they're scared. And that's why Sony is trying to come up with all these bullshit reasons to fight against this merger from happening. And now Microsoft is like, nah, you guys are just as bad, if not worse. You put blocks on Game Pass, even though you said publicly that you feel like it's not substantial and we're not gonna be able to sustain it. But you're putting blocks on all this different things. You're making characters like Spider-Man exclusive to your console. Square Enix and you have a contract with Final Fantasy, so we can't get Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, or not Rebirth, but Rebirth, or we can't even get Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox. So you are just as guilty, if not worse, in doing this. And now you're scared of this merger. We all know that Sony's scared of this merger. And for anyone who thinks otherwise, like I said, stop being a blatant fanboy and realize, yeah, Call of Duty matters. Regardless if you like to play it or not, Call of Duty matters. And now Sony is scared. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave those comments in the comment box below. Smash that like button. And until next time, everybody.